What's good, Boxing World? This is Zeb, your host, owner of Robust Boxing, man. A lot of the discussion, man, is who Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting next. We know this from his tweet that he tweeted he tweeted December. Now, if you know anything about the scheduling, you know that's Tank's schedule. He fights in December, man. Doesn't mean he fight no Ryan Garcia, none of that, man. That's his schedule. For example, when Devin Haney put out that tweet, October, that's his schedule. So it's funny, man, how the people be calling out names and stuff knowing they got a schedule, man. Devin's schedule was October. Errol Spence, if you're going by scheduling, just thinking about the schedule, PBC scheduling, and how they move their top fighters, Errol is in November, so we know Errol is definitely fighting in November. We definitely don't know it's Terrence Crawford because we ain't heard no word on that. But we do know that Errol Spence is fighting in November based on the history of his schedule. With that being said, we don't know if it's Crawford. Hopefully it does and to make it happen. But if not, we know his schedule is in November. He's either going to be fighting at 50, moving up to the 54, or fighting somebody at 47. But we know he fighting. Just like we know Tank Davis is fighting in December. Who we fighting? We don't know yet. All that needs to be worked out. But all the stuff that goes on with the going to different platforms and stuff, man, people know people's schedule, man. So they be running game on that, man. Y'all can't let the people run the game, man. Realizing boxing, there's a schedule. There's budgets. You ain't gonna hear nothing about no damn Tank fight until everything is squared up with Errol Spence. He's up next on the schedule. Errol Spence is up next on the schedule. Just like when Wilder was, before he retired, he had a schedule. He probably going to jump back into rotation soon to be back on that schedule, but he ain't on the schedule yet. In the meantime, we know Errol Spence, November. We don't know Terrence Crawford yet. We don't know that. If it happens, good, but if not, we already know he's fighting in November. Who we don't know. Tank, December, we know this. Man, it's crazy, man. Devin Haney, undisputed champion, but not really looking like it, man. That's a sad disappointment, man, but it is what it is, man, and the situation is right now, man. It, like they say, man, knockouts put butts in the seats, brings excitement. It is what it is, man. That undisputed, man, I'm telling you, he even went, man, why would you go to Ryan Garcia fight, man? You the undisputed champion. They need to be coming for you, big dog. And much love to Devin Haney and Bill Haney, man. Had a chance to interview Devin at his home out there in Vegas. Good peoples, man. But I don't understand some of the moves. I wouldn't have went to that Ryan fight. That's giving him even more power, man. It's making the undisputed look less king-like. You going out there, man, they need to be coming to you. You see, Tank ain't said a damn thing, man. Not since, he got heated and said, yeah, I'll fight you next. But other than that, man, he been quiet. He know. I'm going to sit back. He pretty much, like he's saying, man, without the belts, he the king, man. And I see, got to understand the mentality what Floyd doing, man. I'm starting to see it a little bit. I get what he's saying, man. He taking less power off them belts and more back into the fighter's hands. So I'm not mad at that at all. At all, man. So I don't know, man. As far as what's gonna happen with the Devin Haney situation. We know gonna be fighting in October. More than likely, I guess it's gonna be Cambosis again. Because we ain't heard a word out of Loma. We know he coming back. Definitely ain't fighting Tank, because if he talking about October, probably looking for a tune-up or something. So, this is something the fans just need to really think and dig deeper into when it comes to these fighters. Ain't no fighter scared of nobody, man. For real. For real, man. It's a scheduling thing, man. It's called the business of boxing. That's what The fans don't understand, man. It's a whole nother side of this called the business of boxing, scheduling, networks, everything, man. So them people run the game, boy, man. Thinking it's duck business going on out here when it really ain't. Now, when it comes to Ryan, that whole clickbaiting situation, man, that was funny as hell what Coach Calvin said, man. Called the biggest clickbaiter. But one thing Ryan can say, man, he keeping himself out there in the public and people talking about him, man. With no belts at all, man, and they still talking about him. So, obviously he doing something right. So, you always see him out there every day. Hey, man, he doing it his way and doing it to where he can get paid. So I'm definitely not mad at that, man. I don't know what Devin can do, man. Like I said, man, he a hard worker, do his thing in the ring. I don't know if that was the best move to do that 3-fight deal. I don't care if it was for Undisputed. I look at Floyd, TBE. He ain't never been undisputed. But they still loving everything Floyd has done in his career, man. So you gotta look at it like that, man. It wasn't worth it. Now getting the big parade celebration, man, coming back with the Undisputed like you probably would have thought, man. So now it's time to reevaluate and think other options and what routes to go, man. We still under that deal with Bob, so we'll see how all that play out, man. Again, Tank, man. Tank is that dude, man. I don't care what nobody say. Tank is that dude. King of 135. Ryan capping with all that moving up to 40. He already know Tank fighting at 135. He only went up for the Barrios for the belt, came back down. So when you trying to hear all that, Tank ain't taking no pay cut. You already know that. And he gonna keep knocking people out. That's what it is, On the ropes, I'm out.